All right, this is my March 2025 self-improvement review. Starting out with fitness stuff. So for the gym, I ended up skipping the light day just because I wasn't getting enough rest doing upper body, lower body, then light. So I ended up getting rid of that. Um, that's how that goes, I guess. Nothing really to add about diet for progress. Sleep habits, I was more consistently waking up at 7, which really helped me with sleeping on time at night. And again, I missed a few days due to jam sessions, but I was mostly consistent. So I say that's a pretty good thing right there. Uh, for mistakes, both of them for both the gym and sleep habits, it got kind of messed up because I got an ear infection at the end of the month, and that just like kind of derailed me for the last week or so of the month, and then the start of April as well. But yeah, I mean it's just about getting back on the train and keeping it going, I guess. So yeah, I don't really have areas of improvement for gym and diet, mainly sleep habits. So I set an alarm for 9:30 to just stop what I'm doing and get ready for bed. And yeah, that's been my main area for that. So that's cool. Um, Not really much to add. Uh, I mean, really, like me getting an ear infection is like the main thing, I guess, with the month of March. So moving on to music. So for songwriting, I don't really have much to add here for anything. Well, anything for heritage at least. Like, so there's some minor stuff, I guess. So, where was it? I'm working back on the album stuff because there's like a couple songs that I mentioned before are pretty close. I'm just like one riff shy, and like that riff will like bridge the whole song together, and it'll like all make sense once I get those done. So, yeah, I've been working on that. I think I've got something decent for the first two songs on the album. So I'm gonna roll with that and then see because it kind of more initially aligns with my original vision for those songs. So I think I might just need to go back to that instead of like overthink. I think I might be overthinking things basically, and I just need to go back to what I was originally going for with those songs. So there's that. There was for song 4, there was a vocal pattern I need to change, and I found that new vocal pattern. I just need to rewrite the lyrics to fit that and still like convey the message that I was going for. The other two songs really haven't made progress on that, but that's fine because the other 4 songs are like almost to the finish line. Okay, for my new project, we're still working through song number 1 with the drummer. He's really helped us change the arrangement and made the song a lot more compelling, I think. I think he's added a whole lot, not just his writing, but like, the arrangement stuff as well. So that's been awesome. Um, Again, song 2 and 3, there's still we haven't really made much progress on that. It's really reworking song 1 and making that like a solid unit, and it's getting each week's getting closer and closer. So really looking forward to that. Um, yeah, so writing for that project has been going pretty well. Okay, so onto guitar. I've been practicing instead of doing I forgot what I was doing before now. Oh, I was doing a seventh chord. That's what I was doing before. I changed that to this exercise where I name one note along the entire fretboard. I think I mentioned it the month prior. No, I didn't because I think I started at the beginning of April. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, so maybe I didn't bring it up last video. But anyway, basically I just go up the neck. Like for example, starting with C, I would go start with like the lowest fret C available. So, and I try to play like 2 of them. So that would be for C example. For example, if I was doing C, it would be first fret of the B string and then third fret of the A string. And then from there, I would play third fret of the A string and then fifth fret of the G string. And I just like go up and up the neck and then name them all down the neck. So I do that for 5 minutes every day, just going around the circle of fifths. So I've been doing that, and that I think has helped because I'm getting better at it, more consistent. So that's cool. Because like There's a couple notes where I'm not all that confident with them just because like I don't really play in certain keys all that often. Like there's some avoid ones for me at least because I'm used to like playing the common there's certain common keys that I mean everyone who's a musician understands that there's like certain keys that just work better for your instrument and the ones that don't work all that well for me are like the key of B, which I think is pretty consistent across a lot of instruments actually. But yeah, anyway, working on that. That's been good. Helped me lock in some knowledge on the fretboard. Improv wise, I've been practicing over backing track pretty consistently. That's been good just for me to connect my ear with the instrument, which we'll touch on a little bit later. Technique, I didn't really practice technique for the month of March. I mean, I did some alternate picking stuff like here and there, but I really was not that consistent with it. It was kind of like maybe twice a week I would do it. That's just because writing stuff took higher precedent, and I think that's kind of how this is going to go with a lot of things that I bring up here. Is like there's going to be times when certain things take precedence over others. So technique just really wasn't that high of a priority this month. Focus practice. Again, working on getting my material up to tempo. And the solos that I'm working on with my teacher. So ear training stuff. I transcribed the sax solo in Stay With Me by Miki Matsubara. That's like the first actual transcription that I've done by myself without help from anyone. So yeah, I think I got it. And it's pretty cool to finally do that. And I've also just been transcribing a bunch of like meme songs that I hear on Reels. And that's been to try to help me connect my ear more to the guitar instead of just more like shape based, I guess. More instead of being visual, it's more about like relying on muscle memory. I guess just like connecting the ear more to the instrument. So that helped me with that, just with like the few things that I have transcribed. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so vocals, screaming through one song before I go to work. I was really consistent with that until I recorded vocals for the single, and then I just haven't really been consistent for the rest of the month. And even, yeah, this for the start of this month too. But I don't know. It's like I'm not sure like what to how to structure vocal practice because well, I mean, I guess now that I'm thinking about it, really it was me getting an ear infection that I threw everything off. So I just need to get back on the train with this. This is just one of the things I have not gotten back on the train on. So I just really gotta quit making excuses and just do it. That's just what it boils down to, I guess. Songwriting stuff. It took a while for me to get momentum on riff writing. Yeah, that took a little bit, but I think towards like the middle of the month, especially, I like started to pick up again, and I've been going pretty strong with riff writing, just getting some ideas out. And like it's helped me just have more ideas more frequently because I'm just writing more. That's cool. Yeah, so when I was improvising over the backing tracks, I realized I started to devolve into me doing like pentatonic noodling. So I started using a 2-5-1 backing track in different keys just to get practice over a 2-5-1 because that's the most common chord changes I'll be seeing in jazz tunes. So there's that. Vocals, I forgot to update this. Stopped practicing. Got an ear infection. Yeah, having an ear infection just sucks, especially for a musician. But I mean, in general, it sucks. But yeah. Anyway, for songwriting stuff, it's just I guess be consistent with the riff writing. Oh yeah, lyric writing is something that I really did not do that good of a job on for the last half of the month. I had to get back on that too. Man. Alright, here, let me highlight this so I don't forget. Yep, right lyrics. That's going to be a big one. Also vocals here. I'll highlight vocals too. But anyway, I don't really have all that much to add for progress. Like, I think with guitar I'm doing pretty well. It's just really vocals and lyrics. That's like my main areas to improve. I think because I see myself more as a guitarist, that's why I like if I have things to do for guitar, I'll like dive into that and I'm really enthusiastic about it, but I don't think of myself as a vocalist. So I have to start thinking of myself as that. before so I can start practicing vocals more. I think that's like an identity thing. So let me add that here. Well, I'll add that at the end of this. Anyway, yeah, lyric writing and vocal stuff is what I need to practice. Moving on to self-improvement stuff. So, I mean, this is kind of old stuff. What's new? I guess the main thing would for self-improvement would be that I found, and I've been using the Spotify visualizations again up until I got an ear infection, and that threw me off of that too, unfortunately. But for the beginning of the month, the visualizations were going pretty well. So that's gonna be an area for me to carry on with. But anyway, mistake stuff. Yeah, I watched a lot of YouTube on my laptop while playing guitar. That so I did do that still this past month, but I did it a lot less than excuse me. I did it a lot less than the month of February. So that was I did see improvement there. It's just not perfect, but hey, progress is progress. So I would say that was like a step in the right. I'm making the step in the right direction. Now, if we move on to areas to improve, so for habit tracking and positive improvements, I need to aim for consistently doing the habits, even if it's just a little bit. So, like, for a lot of them, I have like a really low bar for what I consider like, all right, I've completed a habit. So again, like practicing one song with vocals, I consider that practice because it's about like keeping the chain, not breaking the chain. So, yep, just be consistent, even if it's just a little bit. Screen time stuff. Yeah, bringing journals with me hasn't really stopped me because I end up still like going for my phone. So I need to figure something else out. No, I have an idea. Do not bring phone with me to the bathroom. That should cut down on that. At least one part of it, because baby steps, right? Audiobooks. So in April, starting April, I'm going to be doing my annual reread of Atomic Habits. That's been going pretty well so far, but that'll be an area for me to improve. Journaling, again, get back on train, because that's something I kind of fell off on at the end of the month. And then visualization also, yeah, get back on the train for that too. So overall, I would say that I was going pretty strong in like pretty much all areas for the month of March. It was just I got derailed by getting an ear infection, and I just have kind of struggled getting back on the train for certain habits. So I guess word of advice for people: if you get new ear protection, do not push it in too far, otherwise you will have problems. So yeah, that's because that's what happened to me. Yeah, that's all I really got for this review. So as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next month.